Hello everybody again, Jose Rodriguez. Let's talk about profiles. Every printer that you buy has a specific driver, and that driver comes preloaded within its installer with all of the paper profiles that the engineer thought you would need. And they're going to be, of course, endemic to the particular brand. So if it's Canon, it's only for Canon papers. If it's Epson, it's only for Epson papers. If it's HP, back in the days when they had photo printers, it will be only for HP papers. Now, if you're printing with a Canon paper and you want to use the driver, you just simply choose that paper type and make sure that color matching is set to ICM. That is color/intensity manual adjustment matching, and then choose ICM. And if you're printing on a Canon paper, for instance on this printer, that's all you have to do. It will then assign that profile for whatever paper made by Canon you are using. But now we're going over to a different paper type. Well, that will not work any longer. You have to use a profile. You could also use a profile with the Canon papers if you want to do that, but there's really no need because the driver using ICM will actually use that matching profile anyway. So you're actually printing with a profile. A lot of people don't know that about the Canon drivers. They will automatically use a profile as long as you're using a matching Canon paper. Now, this happens to be Red River Palo Duro Soft Gloss Rag. Well, there is no such setting in the driver for that paper type, is there? Right? So you have to kind of look at it, and it looks like a semi-gloss type paper. So would I use, Canon semi-gloss? Possibly, yeah, that's the paper type. But do I want it to then assign the Canon semi-gloss profile? Of course not. So I will go to color/intensity manual adjustment matching and then choose none. Okay, and that will disable color matching or color management in the driver. Now you have to do one more thing. You have to tell your application, the one that you use to open up your image, to not allow the driver to control color this time, but to allow itself to control color. And then you have to search for that profile, load it, and now the application will be sending all of the color data information to the printer along with the instructions from that particular profile for that paper. Oh, there's a catch. There's a catch. You better be printing with OEM inks, period. Because those profiles were created only for OEM ink usage. Now, you're using Precisioncolors Signature Edition ink, say for the Pro-100, and you still want to use Palo Duro Soft Gloss Rag. Well, unless you have a spectrophotometer, you can create your own profile, you're going to be in trouble. Now, you can download that profile possibly from Precisioncolors. They may have that particular profile because they create profiles for many, many papers for all of the inksets that they sell to the user, matched to their printer, by the way. And that should solve the problem right there and then. But if you're really picky, if you think that your Pro-100 is its own individual entity and it may have slight differences among all the other thousands of Pro-100s, and you may want to create your very own profile, okay? And if you are going to then contract someone to create a profile for you, they're going to ask you to print some charts. Now, they will make the files available to you, and you are to open them and print them with no color management. That means, again, color/intensity manual adjustment matching and none, and print it. But what are you going to use to open that image with? All right, Photoshop, Lightroom, Capture One. None of those applications will print that file without changing it slightly, okay, because they're going to apply their own color management. See, they don't know what's happening at the printer side. You turn that off, yes. So that will result in incorrectly printed charts. I'll just leave it at that. How do you print a chart so that it is not printed, of course, without any color managed flow at the driver level, as well as at the application level. Well, there's not too many applications that will allow you to do that. I have two. If you go to my site, if you decide to order profiles from me, you go to my site, and right there, I wrote it down so I don't forget. You can download these 3 charts, okay? You will open them, but not open them in Photoshop. Don't open them in Lightroom. If you own Qimage, $60. You will be able to print those charts without Qimage introducing absolutely no color management. In fact, they have a specific setting for printing profile charts. I wish every other application had that, but they do not. So you need to use something like Qimage, or if you don't have $60 to spend on that wonderful program, gosh, I sound like I'm in love with it, and I actually am. I have a link on my instructions on the profile ordering site, link on the description, by the way, go look at it. Dry Creek download site, go there, click on that, and then download the DCP target printer, Delta Charlie Papa target printer. That application will allow you to open each one of these TIFF files and print them with 0 color management. It's free. It works fantastic. Okay? If you don't have Qimage, use that free application. You'll just simply load it, pick your printer, make sure that you set it default to no color management if you have an EPSON printer, and no color matching if it's a Canon printer. Print them. If you do that, then you are pretty much guaranteed that when I scan them, the resulting profile will be correct. Okay? And you will be very happy with the results. I have not seen many of the profile providers out there that will tell you what I'm just now telling you or sharing with you. Those charts must, capital letters, must be printed with 0 color management or color matching in the driver and 0 color management in the application. Okay? They have to be printed entirely raw. All right? Now, another thing that you have to be aware of. Many people will use a sample pack of papers to print these charts because they figure, you know, I don't want to use the box that I bought. Well, often they'll have the identification of the paper type on the edge here. The scanner has to go from a clear area all the way across to this clear area. There's a chance, it's very difficult for the scanner, me, to make sure that I am not reading that black area there where those letters are. Okay? Notice how in the way that ID for that paper type is in regards to this image here. Flip it upside down and print it. It'll be on this side. Still in the way. Okay? It's still in the way. So make sure that you print your charts on the paper that came out of that little box that you bought, that 50 sheet box. See, no ID, nothing to interfere with my scanning. I will get an error at the end. It'll read it throughout, but then at the end, when you try to actually compile the profile from the 1600 color patches you just got done reading, you will get an error. And you'll go like, okay, what just happened? Let me scan it again. And you'll get the same error again. Okay, so it's actually useless to use these types of sample sheets, if you will, with those IDs. It's very difficult for the scanner, that's me or anyone else doing it, to scan them and not introduce that error. It can be done, but it makes life a lot easier if you do not use these sample sheets for printing those charts. Okay, I know you're trying to save money, but the idea is to get as accurate a profile as possible. Now, if there's ever, okay, a problem during the print job where one of these patches may actually, maybe 1 or 2 may actually be printed incorrectly, let's just say, then the scanner will catch it. It will then give you an error at the end that will tell you that, you know, that particular patch should have been this but it was way off in one direction or the other. And it can happen. So, lesson to be learned. Use your regular paper from the box you buy, not something that'll have something written. Also, unlike this one here, I just received another set that I just did, and the person was very happy with the 3 profiles I created for them. Make sure you ID what printer, what inks, and what paper this is. In the case of a sheet like this, where there is no paper ID, write it up here out of the way. Just out of the way. Canon Pro-1000, Precisioncolors Signature Edition ink, Red River Palladura soft gloss rag. And that will give me all of the information that I need to be able to then create and name the profile so that it makes sense to you, the user. Okay, that is it. Just make sure that you print these charts correctly. You don't want to have to go through the process twice in order to get a good working profile. Remember, no color management in the driver, and absolutely no color management at the application level. So use Qimage Ultimate or that Dry Creek application called DCP Target Printer. This is absolutely free, by the way. You can just download it, install it, and then print those charts with that. You'll get perfect results every time. In fact, they will be sized correctly. Okay, don't try to resize these either smaller or larger. No. The scanner expects to see a certain distance separation between each patch. Okay, they have to be a specific size. All right. Whew. That is a long hair subject, but it's very important. Why? So when you switch to another manufacturer's papers, you still get perfect matching results. That's it. That's the goal. And this is it, folks. This is the standard right here. This is the baseline. Always, always, always. Don't use your own images as the baseline. No, my images are wrong. Your images are wrong. Everyone else's images are wrong. This is the only correct image to use as a standard. Then calibrate your monitor to match that output so that it matches when you put it next to it. You're all set. It's not that difficult. And use a custom profile for every other paper that is not either Canon or EPSON or whatever printer you're using. Yeah, it's really easy. It's really easy once you get all of these little aspects nailed down. Thank you so much again. Don't forget to subscribe, share, and like. Until the next time, happy printing, everybody. Bye-bye.